you guys went to the border and you went to a refugee camp.
I was shaking when we did that because I was just waiting for the police to come and to lock us up and everything.
I mean, it's still bad here, but down there it's even 100 times worse. Immediately when we came, police came up to us and started questioning us if we illegally entered the country. Us.
So they have the whole this system working for them, and when we come and just dig around a little, like we're the enemy here. They promised to make the border stronger, to put the fence on the border, but all these promises were not kept. Some of the shocking things were like all the documents. There were a lot of proof that they're actually throwing away their documents, so local police can't identify them.
They are allowed to walk free around. They also get daily allowance of like 10 or 15
for
euros.
Bus, free bus. We don't get free bus.
And you guys pay all the taxes.
Yeah. How does that sound to an American?
That sounds like robbery. That sounds like communism, but it sounds worse than communism.
That's why you guys have to stand up in America, because you can end up like here.
So we're in Slovenia, in Ljubljana, with the most beautiful, set up, professional situation you guys have ever seen me film in, by the way. You guys have seen me film in a lot of things. You guys have seen me film in hostel rooms, they've seen me film now on the streets in Ljubljana, but now we're in an apartment with a beautiful backdrop. I hope it looks good for you guys. And a note for all of you geography beginners, Slovenia is in Central Europe, and that's where Melania is from, Melania Trump, Trump's wife. And Luka Doncic, if you're a basketball fan. It's itsSeanDaniel here, and we are with some young people, Zala and Tim from Smer. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm half Slovenian, basically, by the way. And they're basically trying to be their own version of Turning Point in a way, right, guys?
Yeah. Inspired by the Turning Point,
Yeah, not the size of them. They've let me film with them. I've come over here. I've gotten to be in Slovenia for a bit for the past few years. And I've seen just how much, I've seen this much of the negative ramifications of the way the political system goes, especially with the direction of the leftists. And talking to you guys, learning more, I'm starting to see more. But you guys really see how bad it is. And could you guys explain a bit of what you're first trying to do right here in Slovenia with Smer, and then we'll just talk about some stuff.
Okay, so the whole point of our organization, Smer, it's New Direction in English. It's to basically to engage with young people, to activate them into politics. So, and the end goal is also to bring them to the election and to make Gen Z more conservative. So we're part of Gen Z, as you also are.
I'm a millennial, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm 30.
Okay. But, you know, as you probably know, Gen Z are more conservative than millennials. And we just...
Really?
You don't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Studies.
Yeah, their studies were more likely to get married and have more children, and we drink less, and we have better paid jobs, and yeah. You didn't?
I didn't know that, no.
Brett Cooper talks about it all the time.
That makes sense because the feminist movement really took off for like my generation.
Yeah.
And you guys have had a lot more social media exposure, I think, you guys, and not as much mainstream conditioning.
And we're also more religious. So that's, you did not know that.
No. Is that like, okay.
Yeah, but Smer is really the organization for young people to engage with politics, and we also post on social media things that random people don't know about, that they don't have interest in. So yeah, we have the inspiration in a Turning Point USA. So like the death of its founder, Charlie, we were really sad about it, so yeah.
I mean, yeah, as you said, we're inspired by Turning Point and also some sort of different American organizations. But yeah, our goal, as Zala said, is to bring as many Gen Zs or young people to the elections as possible and have them vote for conservative parties.
Are they really not that involved? the Gen Z people in politics? Do they not think about it because it's not really talked about like it is in the US?
I would say right now that in Slovenia, Gen Z is more engaged into politics and the public issues as previous generations. But the problem is that in Slovenian culture, people are not as interested in issues as they should be. So we're trying to bring some sort of new mindset to the people and try to also have them start thinking about problems that we have, because most of Slovenians, they say, oh, politics, yeah, that's not interesting. Yeah, they won't do anything, or they've got also some other talking points. But the main problem is that politics and politicians, they basically shape your life. So you have to be engaged and also interested in that if you want to have a good conditions and living conditions and for your family and so on.
Yeah, because politics like forms every aspect of our lives, and I think that young people are not aware of that. Like everything, like the prices in shops, in the market, or like the prices of medicines.
Yeah, real estate market.
Yeah, real estate, like the taxes in Slovenia are so high. You know that, you're an American. Like our
my God!
Yeah, like our gas prices and everything is so expensive. And like Tim said, left's talking point is do not engage in politics. Because if young people want to engage, then the left will win the election. And we have this vicious circle, you know, that won't stop, won't end. And the corruption also in Slovenian politics is such a huge problem. Don't even get me started.
That's the plan, is to get you started.
There was actually a study made recently that found out that Slovenians pay 75% of their salary to taxes. Yeah. Through, I mean, usual taxes, and also we've got some sort of different taxes, and basically we work, as we were talking previously, 9 months out of 12 for the government.
Yeah. And what do they do with this money?
Yeah.
Well, you don't really know, but you know, the money is not well spent.
Not the best money spenders, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that most Slovenians, or even Europeans in general, but just Slovenians, even recognize the really negativeness or atrocity, I would call it, like mind-blowing reality that so much money that they earn goes to taxes? Or it's just normalized and it's been here for years and they don't really question it?
It's quite normalized, yeah.
It's the whole establishment.
Like it's normalized that we can have like guns and also other stuff. And
also free speech.
Yeah, and also that it takes like a couple of years to get permits to build a house and so on, and a lot of money.
Bureaucracy is like really a huge problem here. If you want to build your own house, you will have so much problem just to get the paperwork. And
yeah, even if you get the money.
Even if you get the money,
it's so expensive.
And if you want to tear the house down, you have to get so many permission. It will cost you like $30,000 just to build, just to ruin your house, you know. So that's why we have such a we have like this huge problem with housing, and young people cannot get an apartment. That's why also we have such a low birth rate in Slovenia. I think it's all connected, and the left government that is currently on just does not do anything about it. They just promise, but not actually do anything.
I mean, they promised higher taxes, as for example Biden in 2020. So
and people vote for that when that's the campaign slogan.
Yeah, we had a couple of days ago, we had a person on our stand come up to us. He was a leftist, and he said, "Why are we against taxes? Because they are good." Yeah. And I was asking him, "So are you employed?" And he said yes. And I asked him, "So are you okay that more than half of your pay goes to the government and taxes?" And he said, "Yeah, it's okay.
But that's why you
they
have
spend
free
it for a good cause."
Healthcare and everything. And you know
spend it
about our healthcare, people are literally dying on hallways of our hospitals. I'm not even joking. It was like a month ago in this our investigative series called Tarcha. So that's actually true. We have like, and then this guy was like, no, but we have one of the best health system in the Europe. Like, what is wrong with you? People are literally dying.
He's had to never go to the hospital, obviously.
Yeah.
He's never had to get anything done.
You have to wait like 10 years for get eye operation. And then when you say, but it's urgent, and they will tell you, oh, okay, go to someone who has this private, who works like in a private hospital or something.
That's a big thing that I've heard a lot traveling. It's just instantaneous statement about, well, we have free healthcare. Well, the taxes go to helping the poor people. Well, the city is nice and clean. Well, we have public transport. But when you really dig into it, it seems like all of these things that leftists try to claim are great for taxes are things you have to go pay for.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, they'll say that the roads are nice. And I'm like, well, don't you pay every time to go on the highway?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. The healthcare is nice and free. Well, it's so packed in the hospitals that you have to go pay extra to a private doctor anyway. Is that like one of the issues you guys see in Slovenia that you try to touch on? Or are there other issues that are really covered up by the mainstream media?
We are trying to cover them all, but we're young. We don't have that much knowledge. So that's also one of our purposes, to educate ourselves. So in a few years we will be like people with so much knowledge that we can like have arguments to talk to like professionals about it. And it's a challenge, but we are currently we are dealing with migration. As you know, Slovenia has this huge migration crisis, like the whole Europe has it.
Europe does,
yeah. And this was the project number one for Nova Smer. We did like a lot of actions. We were on the border. We were checking with the locals. Yeah, you're smiling. You know about it.
Because it's so impressive to go to the border to try to investigate this stuff, because like you told me before, you got pushback from the police, other things. But before we get into all the immigration thing, would you say that's the main topic or problem you see that frustrates you the most, and that you can touch people's hearts with in a way in Slovenia to get involved or catch their attention? Or is there a different one?
Well,
yeah, I mean,
like, what resonates with people the most, and what frustrates you guys the most that made you get involved?
safety is really important, but there are also different topics.
I mean, also in Slovenia, despite we've got a lot of illegal migrants, especially in the capital city, Ljubljana, Slovenians are quite against illegal migration. But the problem is that the leftist government and also the left parties, they are all for that. And they are also using a boogeyman here, as similar as with you guys at Trump. You also have a similar politician here that they are demonizing, and they are basically Janez Janša. He's
the leader of the
leader of the biggest opposition party, and also he was I think 3 times prime minister.
Mm-hmm.
And they are using him as a boogeyman. Yeah, I mean, they say if you're for that man, you're also a criminal, you're also a problem in Slovenia.
Also the huge problem is that if you oppose to illegal immigration and you say it out loud, people are gonna go so against you. They're gonna mock you. You're gonna be publicly humiliated on social media. They're gonna call you a racist, a fascist, a transphobe, a homophobe. Everything that comes to mind, they're gonna call you that.
Yeah.
So people don't speak up.
Yeah. I mean, most of Slovenians are, as I said, are against illegal migrants. But
that's what I was going to ask you. Are most of them against it?
yeah, they're most of them are against it. But the problem is that like you've got a couple of % of people, as Ala said, like radical leftists, and they're gonna start attacking you on social media and demonizing. And basically, they are also mainstream.
We've both experienced
so that's the problem.
And they influence so many people's opinions. Yeah. Would you say like even though they're not the majority opinion, they're the loudest?
Yeah, they're the loudest.
Feel like they are the majority because that's what you hear the most of.
Yeah, I would say, as you said, they are not the majority of the people, but they make up for majority of narratives in media.
That's a good way to put it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Especially because, this is crazy. This is insane to explain. to Americans. Europeans might be like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And that is that, I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, the main propaganda arm of the leftist government is the national TV or national radio, national media, right? And
When we are forced to pay it monthly.
and if you have a TV or if you have internet connection that you want to pay for, you are forced
Yeah.
exactly.
to pay to have those channels.
I didn't know that though.
Haha, ja sam Slovenac, I am Slovenian. No.
It's your homework, right?
That you are forced to pay to have those programs available in your house. And those programs, which are forced to be in your house by the government, promote the government that's in power.
How does that sound to an American?
That sounds like robbery. That sounds like communism, but it sounds worse than communism because in communism, it would be put in your home for free.
Yeah, you have to pay.
Here, they make me pay to have something in my house that I don't possibly want.
And then brainwash.
To brainwash you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reality we live in, and nobody can do anything.
Right. And then if you bring that up to people, that this is messed up and explain it, what do you get responses, you think?
They're so used to it. We have this for so many years. It's written in our constitution. So can you actually do anything about it?
Yeah, I mean, you can cancel or correct the law that forces people to pay monthly subscription if you've got electrical or internet plug-in or plug in
You have
your
to
house.
prove that you don't have the plug-in.
You have to prove
Yeah.
if you don't have if you don't pay it.
And they can come in your house and check if you lied, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my aunt did that. She actually does not have television or anything. So yeah, I mean, you have to go through a lot of trouble to make that happen.
Yeah, but I mean, there can be a person that's gonna come up to your home and he's allowed to go in and inspect if you've got any electrical plugs.
And what's insane is you guys already have higher taxes, which should pay for that subscription anyway.
Yeah. But to be honest, the good news is right now that it's unofficial, but unofficial information tells us that people are not watching.
Right. I was just going to say this.
Because they have shitty programs. No, they do. They they're just translating documentaries from like other countries.
And making propaganda on the news.
Yeah. And these extreme leftist shows, so it's pretty bad actually. And the problem is that all the other media, like mainstream media, are also left.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't really have
voice on the right.
We don't
in
really
the
have
media.
objective information. So it's really hard. You have to really be an independent thinker, and you have to realize that you must not believe everything you hear from it. And that's a huge step for someone who does not know a lot about politics. So yeah, we have a few smaller programs that are like neutral or trying to be neutral. Maybe not TVs, but like more websites, like media websites, news sites. Thanks. But it's harder because they don't have so much finances. You know how it works. It's hard to be an independent journalist.
It's quite obvious they don't get the money because they are not in serving some sort of purpose for the left.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
That's what I keep seeing, this vicious cycle. And that's why you guys are kind of have a big opportunity, because you're not trying to compete with national media. You're trying to use social media to showcase, like you guys going to the border, you guys going to the refugee camps.
Because traditional media is literally dying. Nobody, like Gen Z, does not watch television at all.
Nobody watches the Slovenian.
I mean, maybe boomers.
Older people that sit at home.
Yeah, they do. I think they do.
But the newer, I don't.
No.
I wouldn't. I mean, you guys would know more.
Yeah.
There was this research that said that more than 50% of young people still get their information about European elections on TV.
But to be honest, I'm doubting in those statistics because they are made by I think it's Eurobar or Eurostat. It's by the European Union that's also left. So, I mean, I wouldn't say they're as credible as we think they are. So,
do you guys think that you have a real opportunity to actually show people what's going on just by doing social media?
Yeah.
We do, but you have to know that the social media too is not like uncensored. Only X is uncensored. So we have to be careful what we post on Instagram for the case, because they took down my content like so many times before, just because I posted like something for Charlie Kirk that I agree with him, and they removed my story from Instagram. So free speech does not really exist on these platforms, but we are trying. We have to like work with what we got, right? So.
But I think it's much better now. As Trump became the president, because I at least see personally that they are letting they're not censoring as much as they were. So
because they want to be buddies with Trump, because Trump is going to put policies in place,
especially Meta, you know,
that would impact them. So they need to cozy up to him.
Yeah,
and or else they're going to be screwed with certain policies or contracts.
But
I mean, there's also a problem in Slovenia that there's some sort of non-profit organization that's also funded by the government. So
it's a non-government organization, but it's funded by the government.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You guys have a whole like coordinated enemy.
Yeah.
It's a whole establishment.
There's whole establishment. Yeah, and the problem is that this establishment is its origins are from the communist state. So basically, the same people that were in Yugoslavia on the power, they are basically on the left side now trying. They still have money and power that can, and also influence. That then they can basically make some sort of entities like non-governmental organizations and media and so on. So basically, they are still in power unofficially.
And Nova Smer is also a non-governmental organization, but we don't get any money. Like, we are funding ourselves only from donations.
Yeah, private donations. Basically, the everyday people are donating to us that believe in us. So I would say that it's quite motivating when this kind of people are supporting you.
But it's really hard because we are actually the only conservative NGO in Slovenia. Like
meaning, or that's got some sort of, I would say, media space, structure, and is serious.
I mean, there's there's really few of us, but they are all like Christian NGOs.
Yeah, but they are not. I would say they are not as active as we are. They don't
do politics.
They are just into some sort of religion, and
which is also good. But we also need like some organization that will engage in politics, that will be the voice of the youth, and that is what Nova Smer we really wanted to become. You know.
Yeah, I mean, in a couple of years we wanna be like Slovenia's turning point.
Yeah.
And people can just donate through that link on the website, right?
We actually have a problem with PayPal right now.
We also have a problem with PayPal because, I mean, I won't be starting on that, but I would say that they are trying to stop us or discourage us. But, I mean, we're devoted, we're 100% motivated. A lot of us, also members of the organization, are motivated
you guys are
a lot.
giving of your free time, young people, you know?
And we do not get paid at all, so...
Yeah, we do it totally for
voluntarily.
Free. Yeah, voluntarily,
everything.
Completely. And I mean, it's not a problem for us. We're proud of it.
Gives you purpose, and especially to try to stand up for your country. I can only imagine why you guys get so motivated.
And it actually it feels great to do something good for your country if you love your people, if you have values, and if you believe in certain things, and you also meet so many good people when you join this kind of organization. I have met so many amazing people, and also a few couples already exist, like from our organization. Do you get it?
Okay, yeah.
So.
I mean, there's some sort of community that's.
I felt it just when we went and filmed. You know, we went and filmed the other day in the city center, the downtown. For the Americans who don't know what that means, I didn't know what that meant before. Like city center, what? We call it downtown.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that.
But you could feel the community. Just having, I think, 8 people there that all spent their time after you guys have done stuff and just wanted to try to get some message out. It was exciting. It was exciting for me. So I imagine for you guys it's exciting. Now, about the biggest problem that stands out to me, how bad is the illegal and legal migration to Europe? First, in Slovenia, not Europe. How bad is it, and what has gone on? What is some of the evidence you guys have seen that has woken you up to how bad it is?
I mean, I would say that, I mean, also legal one, if you ask me personally, it should be a little bit, the law should be a little bit more strict, because right now you can get permit for living and also citizenship that you can get it by barely knowing in Slovenian. Yeah.
Actually, I think you don't have to know any Slovene at all.
I think you have to know or speak on level A1.
A1.
Yeah.
For Slovenian citizenship through marriage, you have to get it goes A2, A1, B1. How does it go?
Yeah,
A1,
A1, A2,
A2.
B1.
You have to get A2 through citizenship on a test, language test.
Oh yeah, then it's A2.
Through
yeah.
marriage.
But through marriage.
But it's really
marriage.
easy if you ask
And
me to get
the
it.
left party tried to like demolish that, and they wanted to like ban that language
Requirement.
knowledge. Yeah.
I mean, the biggest problem is even if you get the permit for living, you can vote on not on all elections, but on local elections, like for.
And you don't even know what's going on because you don't speak the language.
Yeah, exactly. And there, for example, in Ljubljana, we've got a mayor that's actually Serbian, and he gets elected.
By
I mean,
Serbians.
it's unofficial, and there are rumors, but I mean, you can't really prove it because I mean, it would be too big of a problem. But he imported people from ex-Yugoslavia countries to vote for him. Yeah.
Because they make the visa requirements so easy to meet, to come in.
And they vote for him, and it's
Yeah.
this whole
Yeah.
operation.
And the biggest problem
Because they give good benefits to them too when
exactly.
they come.
Yeah. They got government flats.
social
yes,
welfare.
Welfare, a lot of welfare, because more kids you've got, the biggest welfare you're gonna get, and they've got a lot
Yeah.
of kids, and
women usually don't work.
Yeah.
So if they come, produce more potential voters by reproducing,
more money.
they get more money.
Exactly.
And us Slovenians work hard so they can get their social welfare.
know.
It's
Yeah.
so amazing.
Yeah, it's
But what have you guys seen when you before we even get to that? You guys went on the main castle in the city center and did what?
We had that big how do you say transparent?
Banner.
yeah. We had a
Banner.
banner. Yeah.
Yeah, that wrote close the border. That was actually really.
That's like able to see. I'll show photos and videos of that area, but you could see that from everywhere in the city. That castle.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy, actually. I was shaking when we did that because I was just waiting for the police to come and to lock us up and
I
everything.
mean, we were investigated by them later, and we thought we would get fined
And
because the problem was that the law that we were breaking possibly was that we might have offended someone with those kind of banners. And they said
random
if they
people.
will get if someone will call the police.
That's a crime to hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah, exactly. And they said if someone will complain to the police about that banner, we will get fined.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Yeah, no one complained.
What I heard from Jure was that after 20, you guys were up there for 20 minutes. Yeah. Correct?
Such a bad reaction time.
From the police? Did you go down because they forced you to go down, or you just went down on your own?
No,
Yeah, we
were bored.
finished our
We recorded it all, so
And
yeah.
so you left, and then they give you problems about it, right? But is it true that the pride flag was shown on top of the castle
Yeah, it's
for
also Palestine.
Google
flag.
it.
Yeah.
Google it.
Palestine
I have pictures
flag
of it.
and the LGBTQ flag was shown on the top of the castle for. Jure said the LGBT one was for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really big one. It was like
And it
covering
also
the whole
hurt my
castle.
feelings.
And doesn't that offend the Christians? You could say.
I mean, it could, but I would never report that. But
We're not babies
but
like
they
that.
will say that but they are marginalized community and so that's the main problem.
And the Palestine flag was on the castle.
I don't remember that, but it's very
Yeah,
likely.
I think it was. I'm not 100%. Maybe late. Maybe.
But we know the LGBTQ one was up there for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have pictures all over the internet.
Is this why they say like Slovenia is like the LGBTQ capital of the Balkans?
What, they say that?
I've heard this.
Yeah, I mean,
When it's June, every store like will
I doubt they do that in Serbia. I doubt they do that in Albania. I doubt they do that in Bosnia.
but they are still developing. That's why you could
yeah,
say
that's true.
that we're kind of LGBT. I mean, if you
You guys are like the New York of the Balkans. People want to come here to work and grow and
yeah, but if you compare us like on like LGBTQ or illegal migration compared to the Western Europe,
oh, I know it's nothing. It's nothing.
but it's still bad here. But down there, it's even 100 times worse.
But the problem of LGBTQ in Slovenia origins in colleges because they're so far left. The professors are
the
wearing
usual
these
game.
bracelets with rainbows
I bet. I
and
believe
everything. And there are seriously the indoctrination that's going on Slovenian colleges. Not all, but some are just, it's crazy. Like the subjects are like feminism 101 or I don't know, gay studies and things like that. I'm not even making things up. You can Google it. They have it's everywhere. So
Yeah, we also have a minister for how do you translate it? It's for
solidarity future.
Yeah, solidarity future. Actually, it's
It
does that mean?
Ministry
It
for
does not mean
Solidarity.
anything.
To like unify people? What does that mean?
It does not mean
No,
anything.
it's kind of for
Just being a leftist?
And,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and the minister is, by the way, the founder of the far left organization in Slovenia called Institute 8 March. Have you heard about it? They have this My Voice, My Choice thing going on
they
there.
also Obama met with them and so on. Yeah.
And Soros is, by the way, funding them.
Yeah.
So
Soros. So they have all these people in place to keep pushing what they want. They have voters that they're bringing in by allowing easy visa qualifications. They give them benefits. And they have the national propaganda required to be in your house.
Yeah.
and then you have us that are fighting all of this.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. What was the backlash after you did the castle banner that said close the border?
Well, we were afraid to get fined because we are donating. I mean, we are financing our organization from donations, and it would be a huge problem. But I think that if we asked people to help, they would. But actually,
I mean, a lot of people were supporting us.
yeah.
I bet. I saw it. I saw it the other day when she showed me. I was like, oh my God.
And we got so many applications for like.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. That was really cool.
The biggest problem, I think, is that Slovenians are also by culture, they are quite traditional. But the biggest problem is that they are not interested in politics and they are naive. And that's why the leftists they
don't want them
manage
to
to
know
stay on
anything.
the government. Yeah, because as you said, you've got mainstream that's totally left, and the average Slovenian will be listening to the news couple of weeks prior to the election, and they will be just pumping propaganda out, and they will be basically voting for the left party then,
And
whichever it is.
And our prime minister in Slovenia, it's like the more you promise, the more likely you are to be elected. So like the unreasonable promises, like we're gonna magically like make our health care system like working again. Like how are you gonna do that? But people are just not. People do not like use their brain, I guess, when they go to the election and he's promising all that things, so he's gonna do that, so I'm gonna vote for him.
Right.
Yeah, and when you ask them, as she said, how you're gonna do that, either they have no answer or they say we're gonna raise taxes so we can get more money, and
It's crazy. And then people say that's a good thing.
Because
exactly.
In Slovenia,
exactly.
people really don't like
Capitalism?
Yes, and SP.
I
how do you
mean,
say?
Oh,
They don't really.
when you have your own income outside of a normal job, like a side business, a side hustle, or a serious business.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the narrative is that these people who have their own businesses have so much money, but they work like every day for it. They don't have like their
Guaranteed thing.
guaranteed health, guaranteed
Income.
the post.
yeah, I mean,
vacation.
vacation.
Yeah.
If they,
They
go
don't
on
have that.
vacation, they have to pay.
It's way more risk.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very risky.
and the money is then better. So that's
It's interesting that they look at it negatively here, when in the US, when you say like, I have my own business or I'm trying to have my own side hustle or income, it's like, wow, I want that. I don't want this job.
Yeah, but the problem is that they are creating this kind of narrative that having your own company is bad because they want you to be employed in the government. So
you're
everyone,
part of-
Stay in the
everyone will be
system.
employed in government or in government companies, so on. Basically,
So they have more control.
Socialism, yeah, yeah.
And when you guys went to the border and you guys saw evidence of papers, you guys saw where the migrants crossed, you guys saw how the police came up to you, and you went to a refugee camp.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What was some of the most shocking things you guys saw first at the border?
I mean, immediately when we came, Slovenian police came up to us and started questioning us if we, and we were speaking Slovenian, of course, with them, and they
Perfect Slovenian.
perfect Slovenian, and they started asking us if we illegally entered the country, us, and when illegal migrants comes, I mean,
When
they are not as effective, if you ask me, as
they
were
just
with
transport
us.
them
Yeah.
directly to Ljubljana in refugee center, and that's it. So they have the whole
Yeah.
this system working for them. And when we come and just dig around a little, like we're the enemy here. So, but some of the shocking things were like all the documents. There were a lot of proof that they're actually throwing away their documents. So, like local police can't identify them. So like
So they have no trace?
no trace and
Yeah.
no information about their age. So they can say they're 17. So they can be like processed as minors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and they use that, and also so many garbage, so many clothes, working phone. Like I don't know why would you throw that away? Maybe so they can't locate you through GPS or something. I don't know, but we also talked to local people that were actually scared because so many incidents happened, and also we talked to the mayor of that city,
Municipality. Yeah.
municipality, and they're just not content with what government is doing down there, because they promised to make the border stronger, to put the fence on the border, but all these promises were not kept. So
I mean, they are now removing the
they're
the fence.
removing the fence,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
locals
You got a
are
mosquito,
scared.
Tim.
No.
There you go. We got mosquitoes in here.
A lot of mosquitoes there.
They're illegally immigrating into this room. Border Patrol just got them.
But the locals are actually scared. You have young girls there working on
Yeah.
these fields. No, what
Yeah.
do you say? Yeah, it's not good to be a young woman alone in the dark when a large group of men is passing there. You don't know the language. You don't know why they came, where they are, where they're going.
And they're already showcasing a habit of being willing to have rules in front of them and then go against them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they don't really have a respect for rules. They don't have any respect for show up to the border with your documents. No, I'm going to toss it. So what makes them, if they can't follow that rule, what makes you think they're going to follow a rule of like, don't touch this girl? Especially after they're tired from months of walking.
Yeah.
They're all together, isolated.
Only men.
And they're finally seeing these white women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What makes you think they're going to follow the rule of respecting the people?
And if you ask me, the immigrants here in Slovenia or also Europe are much worse than with you guys in the US, because
I agree.
I'm assuming.
Totally agree.
yeah, immigrants in the US, they are immigrating from Central or
Central America, yeah, mostly.
and they are mostly Catholic.
Correct.
There are families also. I mean, they are also criminals.
And they're actually looking for a better life.
Yeah,
I
some
think.
of them are also criminals, I would assume. But here in Europe, like 90
have
or 95% are men, Muslims. They're not respecting our culture.
Not at all.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And we had like a lot of rape reports here.
That's what's insane.
Yeah, I mean it's sad, it's scary. Like a lot of girls wear these pepper sprays around because in Ljubljana when in winter at 4 p.m. we have dark here, so you have to come from your college to like train station and you're all alone. You can get in some dark alley or something, and it's creepy.
I mean, people are now gifting each others for birthdays pepper sprays. So it's that worse.
And like this, when we were at the refugee camp at Vic.
So a refugee camp, for the Americans that are watching, explain what that is.
Well, that's a place where police like brings all the migrants, illegal migrants.
Like a government set up building where they can sleep, be comfortable.
Sleep,
Yeah. And
That's why when you were at the border, you should have said, yes, I am an illegal, and you would have got a free escort and a free house.
Yeah, but if you're Slovenian and you're homeless and you're dealing with some sort of
Nothing.
yeah, you get nothing. No one will help you. But if you're a migrant, they will get you. It's basically some sort of detention center.
Yeah.
But
Okay, thank you.
they are allowed to walk free around. They also get daily allowance of like
and
10 or
cards
15
for
euros.
bus, free bus. We don't get free bus.
And you guys pay all the taxes.
Yeah. We actually pay for them to live well here.
They get free bus, they get free train rides, everything.
So when you were at the detention center or the refugee center in the capital city,
Yeah.
here, Ljubljana, what did you see and what did you hear from the people you were talking to?
Well, we saw a lot of illegal migrants, of course, but we didn't talk to them because, I was afraid, honestly.
That they might get aggressive because you're asking them wrong questions, and you never know. Some of them also have knives and
We didn't want to take the
machetes.
risk.
Yeah, we didn't want to risk it.
But
we were asking locals.
Yeah, we did talk to people who lived nearby this refugee center, and they told us that it's unbearable, that they are like making such loud noises, that they are visiting the playground when their kids are playing, and you do not feel comfortable if that happens. Like you have your 5-year-old girl playing in the playground, and then like a group of men, like military-aged men, come and it's not. I mean, I don't want to suggest that they're harassing her or anything, but
I see the way they look at women. A lot of them, it's like they've never seen a woman in their life before.
Because they did not, because women from
They're covered.
country are covered. They didn't even see hair before, probably. And it's disturbing because their culture is so much different from ours.
So, did you hear that any of the locals had shared these concerns with police there?
Yeah, but
Did they say that? They've done that before.
Yeah, I mean, they share it all the time, but the police won't do anything. I mean, you have to know that police in Slovenia and also Europe is nothing like comparing to US.
Yeah,
I mean, I would assume by knowing some and following some sort of stuff in the US, I saw that like police departments, they are serious, they are gonna do their stuff. But here, I mean, even
they don't have the authority.
Yeah, they also don't have authority, and the second thought also like European or Slovenian mindset, they don't want to make some sort of problems because they will have to deal with them and so on.
That's what I've seen a lot of being in Europe on and off for the last 2 years, is there's more of a fear of standing out and making problems. Like you won't have as many protests or rallies. Even people don't want to say things. We have a lot more loud culture where we'll, be the weird one, we'll be embarrassed more, I find, than Europeans. But even police, in America, I don't know how it is here, but like if you have an issue, you want to go up to a police officer, he's nice. He's going to help you. He's like, hey, what's going on? You don't feel like this intimidation to walk up to a police officer.
Here, they will try to be an authority towards Slovenians, but towards like other ethnic groups and illegal migrants, they will be totally afraid of them and on their side.
But some of the police officers are really great. Actually, you have some good experience also. I don't want to make it all sound so bad, but in general, yeah, I do not feel comfortable around them because I had so many bad experience.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I just remembered, like a couple of years ago, there was a proposed government budget, and they wanted to spend. I mean, they actually spent a couple of millions of euros. I would say equivalent $5 million for condoms for immigrants.
Yeah. Oh my God! I totally forgot about
they,
that one.
They were basically handing out condoms.
Like they were
Yeah.
gonna use them. Come on.
Yeah, also that.
So this is how we are spending our taxpayer money.
Yeah, and we don't have couple of thousand of euros for couple of children
With
that
rare
are genetically.
Yeah.
Makes sense why you guys are so frustrated and why you just want to, even if you don't know if you can fully change, the whole structure, at least bring attention to these things that get swept under the rug and not covered.
Yeah. That's why you guys have to stand up in America, because you can end up like here, and it would be bad.
But it's so great to see that since we started this Nova Smer, a lot of people came to us and said, "Oh my God, thank you so much. You are doing such a great thing. I want to do that too, but I'm afraid." And a lot of people joined because we started it. So someone just has to be this force to start some movement and something, and then people will come when they see someone else doing it.
We got a lot of support and also a lot of silent support. As Ala said, a lot of people are supporting us, but they say, "Oh yeah," because then we ask them, "Join us and be part of us," and so on. No. People will find out, and I will
lose
have
my
problems.
job.
I can lose my job, and so on.
Yeah, but that's the reality actually.
Of the pressure.
Yeah, you can have problems if you have like this job that is state job, So yeah.
That's why it's such a big deal for you guys to just start raising these concerns, start stating the obvious, because you can at least be that first inspiring force.
Yeah, but the idols came from America because we've both been watching Brad Cooper and Candace Owens, also Charlie Kirk and all this Daily Wire stuff and everything. And the inspiration came from you actually.
Yeah.
So, and you've also worked with Turning Point USA, right?
Yeah, I filmed at a few of their events. I used to work for some of the people on Turning Point, and I've been around it and I've seen it grown, I haven't done that in like 5 years, and it's insane to see the difference for me. I was at some of their bigger events, but it's a whole other world now that I haven't been to one in, 5 years, and it's insane what they've grown it to. Because when they were starting it, like, I think it was 2016, 2015. I saw it in 2018. They were starting to get some traction on these university campuses. And even then, those new, let's say, we call them chapters, but like new Turning Point organizations at different universities, right? Like in New York, Florida, okay. Even then, in 2018, they were getting backlash from the school government or school board saying, "No, you guys can't have this conservative organization. You can't hold this public protest. You can't have a table in the public." But the leftists can. That was in 2018, 2019. They were getting a lot of backlash because there was so much ingrained and established power from leftists on school universities. But now, they're all over the place. So they've made a lot of traction and grown it, just like you guys can. You guys face backlash. Turning Point did too. I was there in South Carolina. We tried to organize a get-together and the school board shut it down. And then now, if you did that to a Turning Point event, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe it still does. Yeah.
That's so motivating, seriously.
Yeah.
Because everybody sees Turning Point now. They were dealing with issues back then like crazy, just to even start the organization. So
the start is the hardest part. So yeah.
I mean, you should have seen also in Slovenia how many Gen Zs are following American politics.
Oh, I know.
I
I think I know. I think I know a bit about how much.
Yeah, I mean, we all listen to like Daily Wire or
Yeah.
Candace or also Charlie. So
Megyn
yeah,
Kelly, Tucker
we
Carlson,
were quite following.
everyone, seriously. And you met Charlie like in person?
Yeah, I met Charlie a few times.
Can you tell us something about him? Because I think our followers will be so interested in that.
Yeah, I met Charlie. I don't know how much Charlie knew me. Okay, so I filmed a few things with Charlie. Like I've been the cameraman at one of his interviews. I got the opportunity to film the first Young Black Leadership Summit they had, which was where they had all these young black kids, like I think 17 to like maybe 30, 25. Got to come to DC and then go to the White House for a bit and have all these speakers. It was like a big thing for black conservatives because it's not okay to be black and be on the right culturally in the US. And there I got to film some things with Charlie, and I didn't really know him that well. You know, I've just been around him. I've been backstage with him, Candace, Donald Trump Jr. I've been... And what I always noticed about Charlie was that he seemed like a machine to me. He was always so focused on the next thing, and I could see that his brain was like in hyper mode, you know, hypersonic mode of he was doing the thing in front of him, and then he would jump to the next thing, and then he would jump to the next thing, and he was like really on this mission, it seemed to me, of getting done what he could get done. Like, for instance, he would come backstage, he would talk to some people, and he would be really focused. Okay, I'm going to go on stage. He'd do the speech, he'd get off stage, and then we'd finish that event. And then I remember we went in a like big SUV, a black SUV, like you see Trump go around in, kind of. And we took that to the Fox News studio, did a Fox News appearance, then went back to the hotel for the rest of the event. And he was just like that, you know, when I was around him. And to see the amazing amount of things he could keep in his brain and handle any question was insane. Like, you know, we talk about being in front of the camera, we talk about filming in the public, and we're like, oh, I get a little nervous. It makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. And these guys like Charlie, who was at that time mid-20s, and he was just a machine, huge crowd, it didn't matter. And you're like, wow, okay, this guy's on another level.
But Slovenian media is trying to portray him like some kind of extremist, and we have you here that you actually know him in person, and I just want to ask you, like, was he truly like an extremist or some radical right-wing activist?
As they're portraying him.
They're portraying him, yes.
The only thing Charlie was an extremist in was how much he worked and how much he was focused on the next thing. No, I've always seen him so kind to people. I've seen him be nice and interactive. You could have any race in the backstage, meaning that's what I mean. You know, he would talk to people. Charlie was more intense. I wouldn't say he was always the most like outgoing, fun, sweet guy to interact with. Not always the case. He was pretty intense. Like Candace was more lighthearted than Charlie, in my opinion, in my few interactions. Charlie was like, you know, so, you know, but he had the pressure of a massive organization, so, and he's trying to do a lot, you could see. But no, I've never seen, I saw Charlie with a room full of 400 black kids that Charlie's organization helped fund those kids to fly there, stay in the hotel there, get a whole experience where the kids didn't pay anything. You know, and that's Charlie the racist, right?
That's the extremists, yeah. In Slovenia, they say that, like, if you have some common arguments, like you want to secure your border or you're anti-LGBTQ, that you are like a fascist and extremist, like
and a bigot. And...
Yeah.
It's the same thing we have had before. We still do, but not as much as you guys. But we've had it before, and I remember meeting kids that got involved in Turning Point 5-6 years ago that were like, oh man, yeah, this is what I think, but I can't really say it. Or the other thing that was interesting is how Charlie and his whole team, you know, it's funny, everyone tries to attribute things to Charlie. Charlie's the head. You know, he might give directions to people. He might have ideas. You know, he might have some oversight on things. But it's really the team that I think needs to get way more credit on these big events. But these big events, I would remember meeting kids, and I would feel the same way. You'd go to this massive event with all these young conservative kids chanting, you know, USA, USA, and then you talk to them all, and they're like, yeah, I believe this, I believe that. And you realize, oh my God, I'm not alone in thinking this. Like you talked about the silent people who really believe what you're doing, but they're kind of scared to say it. So you think, oh, maybe we're kind of alone in our ideas. We call it the silent majority in the US.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you go to those events that Turning Point would put on, Charlie helped put on, you get so inspired and motivated, and you didn't feel as discouraged about your country. And that just blessed you for the next few months when you went back to your normal life. And that was some of the most powerful things about what Turning Point did, was just going to an event, even a small one. You're like, oh man, I'm not alone. We both are passionate about our country and believe this is wrong, this is right.
But you know what's Slovenia's problem with this silent majority? Because in the end, they don't go to the election. They don't vote.
Yeah, I mean the problem is that they are uninformed, or they are informed by the leftist mainstream. So and also they've got some sort of narrative sometimes that they say, oh yeah, if you go to the election, if you vote, it won't change the ending. It doesn't matter if you go. And then a lot of people decide to stay at home because we've got quite low
voter turnout, it's called.
Yeah.
See so that means that you guys kind of have to adopt eventually. A big thing that Turning Point did was not just having people come to events, not just having people get organized, but they had a whole, especially in 2024, a whole organized voter registration and voter, let's say, show up to election day movement to encourage people. They send them all these emails, make it a cool thing for you to go register to vote and go vote. That was like a huge thing they did in 2024.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which showcased, I think in the final stats, how much the millennials and Gen Z had the point switch, meaning they had so many have changed from voting previously Democrat to conservative, and I know Turning Point made that a big focus, and it sounds like that has to be a thing for you guys eventually, because they really don't want to go vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the idea, but you know.
I know that's an eventual thing.
Yeah.
We don't have.
I mean,
but you're facing so many issues then. You're facing people don't even know about the issues. They don't know the reality of them.
We don't have finances.
And even if you get people cultivated and excited, you have to actually get them to go vote then, which is a whole other thing. Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Complex.
So, I mean, we're just starting, but we've got elections coming up, parliamentary elections in next year in April or March. So we'll be already campaigning on that, and we'll be doing some sort of campaign, as you said, trying to people to vote.
Yeah. And the left is also already preparing for the election. Our prime minister just got married.
Yeah, because of the elections.
Yeah, because of
to make it like nicer.
Yeah, for the publicity. And now, like, they got married like 3 weeks ago, and they're still putting out on social media and in the like mainstream media the new footage and new
his wife is like 20
so
years younger than him.
And this is what the other guys told me from the other day, Gregor and Jure, was that she had a whole breaking of protocol at the White House.
Yeah.
Yes, and her
because
past is.
She was basically a mistress when he visited White House.
And she did not get the official invitation.
Yeah.
From the White House.
Yeah, and the protocol in the White House, I mean, I think it's a standard protocol in any country. It says that you have to bring your wife. And he was married at that time to a different
woman.
A woman.
Whoa.
Yeah, that he was actually, they were, kako se reče, ločujete?
Divorced.
Yeah, they were
in the
divorcing.
process of divorce.
Yeah, so basically, she was his girlfriend, I would say. And
that's who we brought to the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also to France and all the other countries.
Yeah, and they are actually quite good friends with Yeah,
Macron. Oh, okay.
So you know where we are. Yeah, not gonna say anything, but who knows. Yeah.
So I was walking to the beautiful park you guys have the other day, last weekend, Tivoli Park. And how do you say park in Slovenian?
Park.
Park.
Yeah. So easy.
I'm fluent, no? And it's Park Tivoli though, it's not Tivoli Park.
Yeah, Park Tivoli, yes.
And I was walking past the US Embassy. I told you guys this before, but I saw all these candles. And I saw stuff for Charlie, and you know, it was a few days after it had happened. I don't know if it was the day after or a few days. I think it was. And I got a little emotional as a random American in Ljubljana going to the park to play basketball. And I found out later it was you guys that put on this little thing, not just candles, not just a picture, but you guys had an actual whole get together that you guys hosted.
Yeah, for Charlie Kirk, right? Yeah.
Our organization hosted this. I mean, we came up to the idea. I mean, we.
You did.
I mean, yeah.
He did. Take the credits. Come on.
I mean, I saw on X that I think they did some sort of similar stuff in front of us in Spain, in front of US Embassy also. So I said to myself, why shouldn't we do that in Slovenia? So yeah, because we were also following Charlie. Like I've been following him and listening to him for almost 10 years.
Yeah, we were all crying like babies when we heard about the news.
Yeah,
no
unfortunately.
kidding. But it was personal, you know, because he was like one of us. He was the idol. He stood up for so many people. He changed so many lives, and he praised God and everything. And seriously, hearing the news about his assassinations was terrible.
Yeah. So we basically hosted commemoration and more than 50 people showed up. And basically we announced that event like a couple of hours before that.
Wow.
Because a lot of people were writing to us, hey, we would be glad to come, but we can't.
We thought we're going to be alone there, seriously. So many people canceled.
Yeah, and there was like over 50 people, and it was really emotional. We also read something that we wrote, and it was really emotional. And we lit the candles. But a couple of days later, when we were actually meeting
you,
we were going by the embassy, and there were even more candles and flowers.
Wow. But no more pictures.
Yeah, probably embassy took it because someone would vandalize it because it was out on the open on the street.
And a lot of people in Slovenia did not support Charlie, like at all.
I mean, the problem.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, the
comments like below our posts were so terrible. They told like he got what he deserved. The debate he finally lost, so you can imagine how it was. But the commemoration seemed like the right thing to do, no matter what, because like he was a genius. Like he will not be forgotten.
I think it was so sweet that you guys did it just as a moment of recognition for what he did and the impact he had from so far away on you guys, but also to bring voice to anyone else who was hurting or who thought that Charlie had an impact on them, to help them realize they're not alone. So I'm glad you guys did it. It blessed me just walking to the park and seeing it, you know. I was like, wow, all the way out here.
That was a coincidence though.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about it. I was just walking past the US Embassy again. I was like, hey, hello home country. And that blessed me, and I bet it blessed a lot of you guys and anybody who attended, so thanks for doing that.
Yeah, I mean, we felt like we have to do it. I mean, I was even thinking to myself, even if we would be alone, it doesn't matter about how many people will show up. I wanna thank Charlie in a proper way and honor him.
It's so eye-opening to see how many people actually think like you guys do or are more conservative. A lot of times we'll think, oh, nobody out here would agree with this. No one out here would want to honor Charlie. Last minute you send it out and 50 people show up.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and we also got because we made a post about the
So you only did it on social media, and people showed up.
Yeah.
In a few hours.
Yeah, and also on Instagram we had
Yeah.
1.2k likes
Yeah.
about this.
And
so.
200 and 2,000 followers. So you know the ratio.
Yeah, quite good ratio.
And we also people wanted it so badly, so we made these little stickers and T-shirts that said Team Charlie, and we are sold out.
Yeah.
So many people want them. So
Yeah, because you brought me one.
yeah, we did.
You brought me a Team Charlie shirt.
Yeah. And I know it's not a very good design because it was my first time doing it, but it's good for the start. So yeah.
And the fact that many people got it.
Yeah, and we are like, I'm still getting the orders in. So yeah, it's crazy. So wear it nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for bringing me one. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, Zala, Tim,
Yeah, no
For
problem.
taking
Thank
the
you for
time.
inviting us.
and for wanting to share so openly about what's going on.
Hey, thank you, and I mean it. Like, thank you for reaching out. Thank your fiance for suggesting us.
Yeah.
So seriously,
And thank
this
you
was-
for getting our word out
Yeah.
to the whole world or
You
US.
can't imagine what
'cause-
an opportunity it
Yeah.
is for us to be heard internationally. So
I really hope I can get it out to more people, especially in America, because we get so behind causes. You know, we do that a lot, and especially to help you guys get the word out here with all the clips we're going to make from the different stuff we've done. I'm blessed to be able to help in any way I can, because it's impressive what you guys are trying to do. It's really inspiring and it excites me.
Thank you. I think that you guys, at least conservatives in America, are now also following a bit
Yeah.
Europe politics and
Because of the
stuff.
migration, yeah.
Yeah, because of the migration and free
free
speech and so on.
yeah.
So thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
I'll have all their info down below if you made it to the end of this video, by the way. Na svidanje. See you later. Goodbye, right?
Yeah.